Okay, please be seated. Easier said than done, I guess. Well, good morning, and welcome to this College of Pharmacy Convocation ceremony. My name is Randy Peterson, Dean of the College, and it has been my pleasure and privilege to serve the college and these students. And what a group of students it is! Please join me in recognizing the University of Utah College of Pharmacy Class of 2018. Before we move on, I'd like to welcome a few special guests and thank a few people. I'd appreciate it if you'd please stand to be acknowledged as I mention your name. Our special guests today include Phil Klinger, a representative from the Board of Trustees of the university. Thank you. Dr. Harold Wolf, Emeritus Professor of Pharmacology and Toxicology and former Dean of the College of Pharmacy, along with his wife, Dr. Joan Wolf. Dr. Richard Ensign, President of the Alumni Association of the College of Pharmacy, who remarkably is also our photographer today. I'd also like to thank our musicians, the John Flanders Jazz Group, for providing us with exceptional music today. Let's give them a round of applause. Let's also thank several people from the Dean's Office who have made this event happen today. Not only have they been instrumental in planning this event, but they've helped each of our students in countless ways over the last few years. I imagine you as students have developed a deep affection for these people. I know they have for you. I know for our staff it's a bittersweet experience to watch you graduate. So I'd like each of them to step forward and wave so we can acknowledge them. Danielle Keddington, Ryan Boyack, Shauna Webster, Maddie Marshall, Tori Fouts, Heidi Bates, Carrie Kirkpatrick, Judy Babbitt, Hizel Gomez, and Jackie Scheider. Okay, and there's a final group that needs to be thanked, perhaps most of all for what's happening today. Graduates, please stand up, turn around. Your parents, your friends, and families have helped you get where you are today. So let's thank all the families and friends. Graduates, you're standing at a noteworthy moment in the arc of your lives. The challenges of a very rigorous education are completely behind you. Ahead of you lie many new challenges as you establish your careers and try and make a difference in this world. I hope you can feel the magnitude and exhilaration of this unique moment. I also hope that this vantage point will give you the opportunity to see more clearly than you have before that the rigors you've endured over the last few years were designed not to torture you, but to prepare you and give you confidence to take on the challenges that are in front of you now. As you know, healthcare is facing major changes and uncertainties. Pharmacists and pharmaceutical scientists are undoubtedly going to take on increasingly important roles in healthcare. The world needs leaders who can usher us into a positive future for pharmacy and for human health. We're confident you are ready. On Monday, I encouraged you to make a habit of lifelong learning and to view your stumbles with a sense of humor. Today, I'd like to add an additional admonition to treasure and stay close to your fellow students. You share a bond with them that will become even more meaningful with time. They will become your future advisors, advocates, and partners. In addition, please continue to nurture your relationships with your faculty, teachers, and mentors, who will always remain committed to your success. Thank you for entrusting your education to us. Today, we honor you for all of your hard work and achievements. We're proud to have you as colleagues. Now, without further ado, let's move on with the program. On Monday evening, we held the awards banquet for the College of Pharmacy, where graduating PharmD and PhD students were presented with a number of awards. Also, a few faculty members and preceptors received awards. These awards have all been printed in your program. But today we'd like to take a few moments to announce and present several faculty awards that have also been received. Each class has voted on a Teacher of the Year, and if each faculty member will please stand and be recognized for being named Teacher of the Year, and remain standing until all names have been read, that would be appreciated. As our first professional year Teacher of the Year, the students have selected Dr. James Rubel. Here in the back. Congratulations, Jim. As the second professional year Teacher of the Year, Dr. Marco Bortolato. As the third professional year Teacher of the Year, Dr. Jackie Winter. And as Senior Class Distinguished Teacher, Dr. David Young. Each year, the students also award an overall College of Pharmacy Teacher of the Year award. This year, the students in the College of Pharmacy have chosen Dr. Jackie Winter as the College of Pharmacy Teacher of the Year. I would also like to highlight a really wonderful faculty award that was given this year to a member of our faculty. Professor Johan Bay was named as a distinguished professor by the university. This is really a remarkable honor. Only about 100 faculty members in the history of the university have been given this distinction. And I'm proud to say that 6 of them have been from the College of Pharmacy. So it's a really remarkable achievement and honor for Dr. Johan Bay. If you would join me in recognizing him, that would be great. Okay, our next award is not a faculty award, but rather given by the college to a graduating PhD student who has demonstrated excellence in teaching and a desire to pursue a career in academia. That is, in becoming the faculty member of tomorrow. This prize was established in the year 2000 by Dr. Harold Wolf and his wife, Dr. Joan Wolf, both of whom are emeritus professors of the University of Utah. The award is in memory of Dr. Wolf's parents, John and Bertha Wolf. You can read more about this in the pamphlet that was in the program. The life circumstance of Dr. Wolf's parents prevented them from obtaining educations themselves, and yet they raised their children in an environment where education was emphasized and highly valued. This award and its focus on the graduating students who have identified a desire to educate and mentor others honor that commitment to education shown by Dr. Wolf's parents, as well as the passion and joy that both Hal and Joan experienced in their roles as faculty members. The prize comes with a personalized plaque and a check for $5,000. The recipient's name will also be added to a permanent plaque in the College of Pharmacy. The recipient of the Wolf Prize this year is Casey Tack. Casey is a PhD candidate in the pharmacotherapy department studying outcomes research and health policy. He received his bachelor's degree from the University of Utah in Spanish in 2012 and went in to receive his master's of public health from Westminster College in 2014. Casey's dissertation focuses on barriers to zoster vaccination among adults age 60 and above, and he is expected to defend and complete all the requirements by June of this year. He plans to take the skills and experience he has gained into a university faculty position at the University of North Carolina. His goal is to develop an independent research program aimed at bridging the knowledge gap on pharmaceutical outcomes in pregnancy. Dr. Wolf, if you would please come forward and award Casey the Wolf Prize. Congratulations, Casey. Our next award is the Honorary Alumnus Award. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Richard Ensign, President of our Alumni Association, to the podium to present this award.
It's a great honor to be here today and to congratulate all of you that are graduating and actually becoming members of the Alumni Association. It's a great association. You don't have any dues. By the end of today, you'll automatically be a member. But there are opportunities to give back through scholarships, through the white coats, and so I would encourage you to look for opportunities to give back to the College of Pharmacy. The Honorary Alumni Award is given to someone who demonstrates loyalty to the College of Pharmacy through volunteering, personal involvement, philanthropy, and additional forms of support, and positively reflects the aims and academic missions of the College of Pharmacy. We are very pleased this year to award Marty Mal Harrow as our 2018 Honorary Alumni. Marty demonstrates all these qualities and more. She has worked for the Utah Poison Control Center for over 15 years, and even after she retired as an outreach education coordinator, she stayed on to work as a consultant part-time. She was awarded the Utah Business Healthcare Hero for community outreach in 2013, and our students, faculty, and alumni couldn't agree more. Our pharmacy community has been positively affected by her passion and drive to educate the public and students on poison prevention. She has dedicated her life to pharmacy through her work, volunteering, and philanthropy, and she started the Marty and Ray Mal Harrow Scholarship Fund. We feel lucky to have someone like Marty work within the walls of the College of Pharmacy and are proud to name her our 2018 Honorary Alumni.
Very well deserved, Marty. Congratulations. Well, now it's my pleasure to turn the podium over to two students who will be addressing us. Ryan Nelson, PharmD, class of 2018, and Casey Tack, PhD, class of 2018. I've already told you a little bit about Casey in relationship to the Wolf Prize. He'll be speaking on behalf of graduate students graduating today. So let me tell you a little bit about Ryan, and then we'll let them both speak. Ryan Nelson is one of our graduating PharmD students. Before coming to the College of Pharmacy, Ryan studied philosophy and molecular biology during his undergraduate work at Utah State University. Ryan has developed a particular interest in the field of pharmacogenetics and is now headed off to the Moffitt Cancer Center in Tampa, Florida, where he will begin a fellowship in personalized medicine and pharmacogenetics. Ryan, if you'll please come first, and we'll then hear from Casey.
In a conversation with a professor in my undergrad when I was studying philosophy, and a mentor of mine, I asked him what he might be appropriate to speak on today. And his response was this, and I quote, "It seems to me it can be memorable and entertaining to speak the truth. Has this been a life-changing event? No. Maybe for some, but for most, probably not. Does the future hold great fame and fortune? Nah. The usual mix of success and disaster. The usual lesson, and the only lesson to be learned in life, is to be a decent person, to appreciate truth and beauty wherever it can be found, and to eat well and exercise." Very philosophical. And we could probably end there, but I figured I would touch a little further on some of the topics that he hit on. On the topic of success and disaster, all of us here have experienced both throughout the entirety of our life, probably without any break. In the last 4 years, some of my classmates have also faced some serious challenges, those including, and these come from a survey we put together, 90-minute commutes, insomnia, nights that looked like insomnia but were stressed students just studying for exams, newborn babies crying in the 2 hours they had scheduled to sleep before their tomorrow's exam, countless hours spent trying to correct their ability from having failed a previous exam, people having problems with suicidal ideation personally, problems with having to back others off in their family from suicidal ideation, severe depression, feelings of anxiety and incompetence in becoming a pharmacist, feelings of not knowing if they really want to be a pharmacist. Moments of great triumph also came throughout these last 4 years, but at the end of this time, all of these people in my class persisted. But the problem in these moments is there's two rising questions that happen in those moments, and I'm sure that they've happened for all of us here. We all come up with these two. Why are we here? And what is the point? They're really hard questions to answer, but I really like the way that a poet put it named W.H. Auden. He said, "We are here to help others. What the others are here for, I've no idea." With all of us facing different calamities in life, persisting through hard times and helping others to do the same is a great central disposition to answer that question of why we are here. In the moments of struggle listed above, my classmates and I persisted. We showed up under less than ideal circumstances and chose to focus on how we would help others through mastering pharmacotherapy. The second question, what is the point, was incidentally also answered by Auden's quote. "I too have no idea what us, as the others, are here for." We might all have different answers to this question. These differing answers can generate disagreement and vulnerability. These disagreements are the true focus of my words today. If we can agree that we are all here to help others and disagree on what the ultimate point of life is, we arrive at an interesting place to begin working. Much like disease, life is fraught with disagreements. Ideas are drawn from incomplete information and faulty senses, and are prone to see only part of what actually exists. What we do with these conclusions is what is really important. My point about what the point is that we as humans want to help others but are often flawed and do so imperfectly. Pretending that we don't do things imperfectly is a serious impediment to ourselves as well as others. Embracing the fact that we possess problems in being able to do less than perfect work is really difficult for people in life, especially people that have doctorate degrees. I think that we are oftentimes really convinced that we are the really, really bright people, and because we have so much education, we ought to be listened to more. But the problem is I think that sometimes that kind of myopic vision is just as faulted as the one with a lack of information, that we are blinded to perspectives that matter from a fresh point of view, someone who's lived a different life than ours, and that being able to step back and subdue whatever urge of hubris we have is really important to make sure that the best point forward happens. This holds true in science, politics, religion, marriage, friendships, and life in general. Improvement is contingent upon the assumption that things are not perfect as they stand, that we in some way, and more likely in various ways, are currently wrong. Embracing this is key to a better tomorrow. A great exemplar of this was my late father, who passed away in 2016. And a common phrase that he would recite is that he was just trying to suck a little less every day. And this comes from a man who was highly accomplished and highly regarded for his work in anesthesia. But I implore all of us to do the same, to suck a little less every day. May we all realize the point of life is to live it better, to improve our circumstances so we might actualize our personal reasons for living, and that we might protect and respect each other's incongruent but equally sacred paths through life. As future pharmacists, we stand in a field with much to do to improve the human condition. We as a team with varying specialties in pharmacy will sometimes be the one with the worst idea and other times the one with the better idea. Listening to others intently and collaborating is the only way that we will be able to discover better ideas, progress science, and help our patients' lives. Might we all embrace being wrong in order to become more right, is my hope for us all. I congratulate my fellow classmates on standing beside me and sucking a little less every day the past 4 years. Our incremental and persistent growth made us better humans and clinicians. I thank the family members that bolstered us through these challenging 4 years of school. Your support made it meaningful and possible. I thank the College of Pharmacy for sustaining an environment in which we can grow and learn from giants in the field of pharmacy. Your work and our work as your proteges are something that we hope to continue and continue on that excellence and progression that you have founded. I thank the donors to this program for financially supporting this endeavor as well, as without your guys' help, we would not be able to do what we're doing. And I want to congratulate the class of 2018. I hope that we all are capable of helping others in our own ways. Thank you.
Well, good morning. It's a pleasure for me to be here and speak with you. I'd like to start off first by thanking some of the people that have helped me get to this point. First, my family for their resilient support throughout the years, keeping things real for me. For the faculty and staff here at the College of Pharmacy who dedicate themselves to the students day in and day out. And finally, my advisor who is always willing to sit down with me, chat about this, that, or the other, and help me take a step back and look at the larger picture of the research that we're doing. It's a bit surreal for me to be standing here in cap and gown. For many of us, graduation seemed like a distant dream when we entered our programs. When I began my PhD program, I remember how daunting it all appeared. The list of courses that I had to take, the qualifying examinations, and finally, the dissertation project. We finally reached the end of our graduation studies, more or less, depending on where the PhD students are at with their dissertation. But for me, graduation means a couple things specifically. First, we've acquired some expertise in our own respective fields. I recently had the opportunity to present some of my dissertation work during a seminar at another university. As I finished my presentation and started fielding questions, I had the realization that I was the expert in the room on the subject, which is kind of scary, right? I was able to understand and answer the questions directed at me. The years of effort that we as PhD students have put toward our research have resulted in this deep accumulation of knowledge. Now, our areas of expertise may not be the most riveting conversation subjects, but that's a whole different topic. That's a different story. But it's satisfying nonetheless to look back at how much we've learned, and that's something to be really proud of. Second, we've demonstrated that we can persist through hard times, much as Ryan was saying. Sometimes grad school feels like a fool's game. Experiments go wrong, data are insufficient, papers are rejected, sometimes over and over again. For example, yesterday for me, and projects become a hard slog. There are times when the finish line seems to be lost from view. Grad school was at very times difficult for me. I was frequently pushed outside of my comfort zone. We are often faced with new tasks for which no defined route of completion may exist. However, we made it through. We adapted to these new and unfamiliar situations. We had the guidance of our mentors here in the college, and we determined what we needed to do, and we did it. We learned how to overcome challenges and to deal with disappointment. And we learned to pick ourselves up time and time again. These skills will serve us well in our next step, post-graduation and throughout our lives. We have come so far in our development as scientists, and this is something that we need to be proud of. Although we have different backgrounds, career objectives, and interests, our work in the College of Pharmacy is inextricably intertwined. This is for a couple reasons. One, the work that one lab is performing today may be the focus of another lab down the road, which may ultimately be the focus of my field later on. Second, our goal as scientists is one, it's united, and I'll talk about that in a second. For those of you who have not had the chance to wander around the College of Pharmacy, there are some quotes engraved on the glass walls. One of those quotes is by Gertrude Elion. Gertrude Elion was born in New York City in the early 20th century. Her desire to discover new treatments began with the death of her grandfather, who died of cancer. She had made the determination to discover the cure for his cancer. She graduated from Hunter College, which is part of the City University of New York system, with a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, which was a rare thing for that time and age. After completing her master's degree, she worked a number of odd jobs, including food analyst and school teacher. And eventually, she was hired as a biochemist in the laboratory of Dr. George Hitchings during World War II. There, she was crucial in the development of new drugs for the treatment of herpes, organ transplantation, rheumatoid arthritis, gout, malaria, and bacterial infections. Because of her groundbreaking work, which she determined was only possible due to the work of others that had come before her, Ms. Elion was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1988. Gertrude Elion never earned the PhD that she began because she couldn't afford to give up her job, but that never stopped her. Her dedication and resilience lifted science to new heights and has impacted, meaning saved, the lives of many people. In the College of Pharmacy, an engraved quote by Ms. Elion states, "The Nobel Prize is fine, but the drugs I've developed are rewards in themselves." Ms. Elion believed that her goal as a scientist was getting people well. I believe that's what unites us across our scientific disciplines. That's why we get up early in the morning, or later in the morning, or for some PhD students in the afternoon. And that's why we work long hours. That drive keeps us going when times get tough. And although we may not see the direct benefits from the results of our work, who knows what impact it may have in the years to come. Grad school marked the beginning of our scientific career. And as much as grad school has prepared us for our next adventure, we will continue to face new challenges. And with these challenges will come missteps. My advisor often reminds me that it's okay to make mistakes because it's what we learn from those mistakes that matters, much as Ryan has already spoken about. And yes, in grad school, we all make blunders and had times where our studies appear to be in shambles, but it's what we take from those experiences that shape us as scientists. For example, recently, I spent a month analyzing a wrong data set, and I found out after the entire month. So I won't do that again. That was a mistake. I learned my lesson. I'm moving forward. And that's the important thing, is to learn what you did, what's wrong, and then how to move forward from that. I'm sure every grad student can share a similar experience. Marie Curie said, "Have no fear of perfection, you'll never reach it." Recognizing and learning from our mistakes, I believe, will propel us towards success. In short, be confident in yourselves. You've already come so far and have done so much. Remember that the work you're doing today is an important piece of the puzzle of developing new treatments, even if we don't know exactly how that's going to look in the future. Embrace your mistakes and the lessons they teach. And as was recommended to me recently, with each new experience, whether inside or outside the lab, they'll have good moments. Find them and cherish them. And then finally, in honor of today, may the 4th be with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan and Casey. Wonderful words. We are now going to award diplomas for the Doctor of Pharmacy, Doctor of Philosophy, and the Master of Science degrees. Dr. David Young, professor from the Department of Pharmacotherapy, will read the names. We ask each of you to come up at that time. And Dr. James Herron, Associate Dean for Academic and Student Affairs, will hood the graduates.
As they're making their way up, it's a tremendous honor for me to be here to read the names as your Teacher of the Year for the 4th year class. I'm also a sucker for Star Wars quotes, so May the 4th be with you was awesome, Casey. And also, thank you, Dr. Nelson, for the reference to being a giant. This is the first time in my life I've ever been classified as a giant. Anna Adams. Lauren Alai. Nathan Anderson. Ruben Angeles. Sean Bailey. Kennedy Bateman. Christopher Bell. Matthew Berencott. Josh Brockbank, hooded by Dr. Crystal Mormon. Daniel Buys. Vincent Chung. John Churchill. Nathaniel Martin Cordova, hooded by his father, Dr. Martin Cordova. Jeremy Doherty. Benjamin Ted Davies. Tanya Edajiklian. Drew Favaro. Cameron Froer. Aaron Geary. Sina Ghaffarian. Tyler Gunderson. Fern Harden. Brooke Topham Heaps. Amber Heaton. Xiao Ho. Caitlin Marie Holyfield. Kelsey Kelch. Gina Kim. Koi Lee. Tracy Lee. James Lee. Daniel Manuel. Nicole Mendenhall. Cooper Millar. Natalie Merlin Ebert. Ryan Nelson. Ryan will be hooded by Doctors Diana Brickster. Michelle T. No. Mihan Wynn, hooded by Dr. Trish Orlando. Richard Wynn. Andrea Nishimoto. Wilson Pace. Logan Peterson. Austin Reese. Andrew Tominaga. Crystal Tomlinson. Austin Clark Ulrich. Sydney Vallenstein. Patrick Welch. Emily White. Amberlyn Winward. Carolyn Yamstad. Sheila Zamanifer. Now we'll be hooding our PhD candidates. Casey Ryan Tack from the Department of Pharmacotherapy, hooded by Dr. Joe Piskubiak. Cameron Hill, the Department of Pharmacology and Toxicology, hooded by Dr. Steve White. Elena Ma, Department of Medicinal Chemistry, hooded by Dr. Amy Barrios. Poya Hadapur, Department of Pharmaceutics, hooded by Dr. Hamid Gandhari. Mustafa Yazda Mamagani, hooded by Dr. Gandhari. Marissa Brailsford-Showerhammer, the Department of Pharmacotherapy, hooded by Dr. Carrie McAdam Marks and Dr. Nancy Nickman.
Well, that was fun. I'd like to now invite Dr. Dan Witt, Chair of the Department of Pharmacotherapy, to lead the graduates of the PharmD degree in the apothecary oath.
All arise. All right, have this in front of you. We're going to read this together, okay? Here we go. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I will accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public. Congratulations.
Well, we're drawing to the end of this ceremony. I'd like to invite all of you to a reception in the atrium of the College of Pharmacy building immediately after this ceremony, where we'll have refreshments and time to mingle, take photos, and socialize. It's really a lovely setting, so please do make the effort to go up there. I'd also ask that we try and vacate this space as quickly as possible because there's another ceremony right after us, and I'm sure they're eager to get in here and get set up. I want to remind you that all non-reserved parking is free today on campus, so feel free to park wherever you'd like. I'd also like to ask members of the audience to please stay seated while the students and faculty process out. So finally, one more time, please join me in congratulating the class of 2018.